Once you comprehend this, it's not that there is a downward bias. Nothing's going down. Visually to people, that's what it looks like relative to their position. But objectively, nothing's going down. As I highlighted this before, the globe likes to invert the truth. So on a globe, Earth will tell you there's no such thing as up. Up is relative to everybody on the ball, because on a ball, each person has their own zenith, if you like, their own up reference, right? But they inverted the truth. The truth is that there is no down. Physically. Again, this is maybe just because of the level of your comprehension. As I've showed you before, we have a buoyancy and density gradient motion vector, where dense things sink and more, less dense things rise. There's a motion going on, and there's an orientation to that motion. Now, in free fall, both that motion and the orientation cease to be, until again connected with something solid enough attached to the reference frame of the Earth that can now transfer that motion through the bodies, and we witness again the motion vector of buoyancy and density and the gradient. Pressure gradient, buoyancy and density and directionality, weight all vanish in free fall. Okay, so if you're going to be one of these people, well, I don't feel it. Well, you feel your own weight, you have direction, we have a pressure gradient, we have a density gradient, and we have a motion vector of buoyancy and density, which are effects of a cause. So if you're going to be one of these stationary Earth people, again, you better be very careful, because what you're then going to insist is that in the tests I have shown, you're going to have to assert that you're stationary and that all things are accelerating towards the Earth at the same rate, just the same as the globe Earth and the magic of the mystical mathematical concept known as gravity. So be very careful. This again just tells me that you don't even comprehend your worldview. It's just a display of more ignorance, because if you did comprehend your worldview, you would cease in persisting that the Earth's some stationary plane. It's ridiculous and shows the lack of your comprehension of your physical reality. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've continually told people that, look, there's a certain persona I bring to the online, because I don't take the people here seriously, right? Because people behave in all sorts of projected ways online. But when you speak to people directly in reality, you don't get any of that behaviour. You may get the odd person acting up, but generally people are receptive, they're willing to discuss. If your mannerisms are fair, then that's reciprocal, and that's the only way forward. This pantomime online of dichotomies of sides, I've never been interested in it. A lot of these people try and put me aside and say I'm a divider and I'm this. I'm not interested in any of the little fucking cult groups. Anybody can go back through my catalogue and see that I've never lent myself to any groups, and I've openly discussed that and just tried to disband any notions. Right? The community I'm looking for is stand-up individuals who can remain objective, right? And can clearly and concisely convey their position and back it with practicality. If that's where we're operating from, there's no need for any subjective divisiveness or any of these, psychological traits to take hold. So again, I still encourage it. People can speak to each other, and if you're mannered properly and you're aware of yourself, then it should be conductive, it should be progressive discussion. But we don't see that one way. We're all begging for money, while operating on a God complex. We're now how many years down the line? The very first video I put up, me and Marty, we spoke about trying to be objective. Don't buy any models, Don't jump to things that you don't fully comprehend. Don't muddy the waters. I spoke openly about this, and now look what we have. We have an absolute shit show. And again, people talk about where's this going, where's this. It's not going anywhere online because it's controlled online. There's too many opportunists, right? And people with psychological fucking traits of like messiah complexes and all other delusions of grandeur. The only way this progresses is by people speaking to each other in the real world. And again, we've got these experts coming and telling me that I am wrong. Well, the demonstrations are the demonstrations, but they're coming and telling me I am wrong. Well, they make all these outlandish claims and have absolutely zero practicality to back it up. I'm still getting these comments about electrostatics and electromagnetism and this, that and the other. As I've stated so many times before, these things play a role, right? But they're not responsible for the vector. They're not responsible for the pressure gradient or the density gradient. They're not responsible for organising that. Motion is the antecedent to these things. There's people that we can demonstrate over and over and over again. And I'm still getting this gibberish about the earth would constantly have to be accelerating, have to get faster and faster. It's just people in their own fucking ignorance throwing out this tired old rhetoric and hoping that it sticks. The tests are showing you clear and simply that the earth is a thing that's in motion. Right? What causes that motion, what it's moving through, all that stuff is unbeknownst to you and I. What can be known to you and I is that it is in motion. And if you want to contest that, that's fine. Bring me your practical references for how it works in your worldview, because in mine, what I'm claiming can be demonstrated over and over again. It can be inverted in any direction you want. When all these people are talking about gravity and it's what we're talking about motion. What we call the gravity of Earth is the motion of the Earth.